warm-up spin is to develop some callus on your hands. It's gonna get your heart rate up. You can do this standing or sitting. Once you do this for about 30 seconds to the side of your body, you're gonna bring your hand over and back, keep your stomach up and in, abs tight, drop your chin, keep your other hand up. You're gonna start to go a little bit faster. One thing I noticed using this particular cane, I normally use my other cane for the warm-up, which is my Dojo training cane. I'm gonna use that when I hit the bag because this will break this bag. But this is a great self-defense everyday carry cane because of this feature right here. It's called a teardrop shape on the end. I wanted you to see that. But that makes this point right here, comes to a point all the way down the length of the cane. And when you strike with that and you hit against the upper arm or the shoulder, the elbow, the forearm, you're going to compress the flesh and then you're gonna break that bone. Hello, David. But the point of me telling you that is because when I spin it, it moves a lot faster than my training cane. When you go over and back, you can really pick up speed. You can challenge yourself to grow when you switch your walking canes out. If you've been doing this for a while, then you might want to try using different canes for your warm-up. After you do that in one hand, put it in the other hand, pick up the speed when you're ready. And again, your hand's just mostly relaxed, but it's open enough that it can spin. You want to get that callus on the hand. Make sure your string doesn't catch you there. You go over and back, slow as smooth, smooth as fast. Bringing it to the other side. If you want to add this spin is spinning. Just the hands open. The thumb side still has the long side of the cane coming out, and you're just going around the outside of the back of the hand, kind of like a wrist roll. Good morning. I just saw your post just a little bit. I'll go back and I'll check these comments in the comment section. So if you have a question or a comment, I'd love to read that. Please put it in the comment section in addition to the chat, and I'll get to it there. Now, I'm gonna switch over to this one because as I said, if you train with one of these, you might have one of these. This is the Cane Masters Traveler cane. This thing is nasty for self-defense. This tooth here is designed to rip flesh and to dig in and get the bone. Redding, thank you for that comment. He says thank you for the videos. But that part right there is specially made for self-defense. You also have that bevel here, but this one's a little bit more aggressive. And then this feature right here, that teardrop shape, that will compress flesh. If you do this enough, and you're using your bag, it's going to tear your bag. So don't use this on your bag. Certainly don't use that part. But I just wanted to show you that in the warm-up. I've been spinning with that lately. I'm gonna go back to my Dojo training cane and show you the first of 10 strikes I want you to practice. And this is, I like to start with the most basic, the fastest, get it into use quickly. And that's this lifting motion, turning the wrist, pulling up the lower part of the arm, swinging that upper part of the arm, that big long lever, bringing that up between his legs or maybe under his chin. You can go higher. Once you get it into this motion, you want to immediately stop him in his tracks. He's coming to try to hurt you. That's your first strike. From here, you can put it in your other hand and you can thrust. So from here, snatch it up and then step in and thrust. With two hands on it, you're going to be able to push it through his body for self-defense. So 1, 2. The third one from here I like to have you practice is bring it to your shoulder in your front hand and chop down along the outside of his head. This is how you fight with your walking cane for self-defense. Snatch it up, thrust through his midsection, and chop. All very direct, immediate, explosive techniques. I want you to close with and destroy as fast as you can when it comes to self-defense. I don't want to get into a prolonged battle with a bigger opponent or multiple opponents, multiple attackers, maybe someone who's got a bladed weapon. If he's coming at you, snatch this up fast, make him stop, thrust through the middle, and if he's still coming, bring it up and chop 2 or 3 times. That's 3 basic easy strikes you can practice. Put it in your other hand, practice on the other side. From here, 1, 2, bring it through and chop. Now from here, I'm going to turn the cane around so that it's in this position, so that the crook is facing behind you. You're gonna slide your hand down the front and bring it up like a sword. From here, there's the threat. I just put it between me and the threat, and then I'm gonna thrust. So number 4, the 4th strike, is going to be coming from you to him through your midline. Think about striking nose, teeth, throat, wherever you can, solar plexus, into this soft tissue, especially between the belly button and the private parts. There's that thin fascia. You're gonna stick it there, make him stop. From this position, bring your hand to your shoulder. This is your right hand. You're gonna bring it to your right shoulder, and you're gonna push forward. This slashing strike, coming off that shoulder, turning your shoulders and hips, extending the arm, and then taking, you can see my front foot steps in a little bit as you come through with that strike. When you take that little step, you're gonna bring it through with a lot of speed and power. You're gonna be able to stop him in his tracks. So from here, number 4, slide down the front, step behind your weapon, thrusting to the face, from your shoulder, coming across. Think about striking on his temple for number 5. Number 6, bring it from that other shoulder and strike on the other side. From here, we're gonna make 7, 2 strikes. Bring it across and bring it back. These horizontal strikes. 1, 2. Just practice striking into his body. Maybe you're coming down to the knee, into the upper arm. Maybe he's reaching out with something. You're gonna smash into his hand. Break that hand. Anything you hit with this, with that kind of force, you're likely to break that bone. So from here, your hand slides down, put it between you and him, get behind it, thrust, shoulder, shoulder, one side, coming back, and then straight down on top, smashing the head. So from here, the 4th strike was step behind it, 5th strike, shoulder, 6th, 7, 8, down over top. Now 9, I want you to take 2 hands and blast him into his teeth for self-defense. When you learn how to fight with your walking cane for self-defense, you want to keep it super simple. There are a lot of fancy moves that you can do with it. You can do all this spinning that we did for the warm-up and try to keep him back. I've heard many people say no one's going to want to walk into that, and I'm not arguing for it or against it in this video. I'm just saying that in addition to that, think about what's practical, what works, what's simple, what's immediate, direct, and explosive. Immediate means right away. Direct means the shortest distance between 2 points is that straight line. And explosive, I mean going all in. You want explosive power, you need extension, you need rotation of the shoulders and hips. When you take a little step, you have that acceleration of that strike. That's immediate, direct, and explosive. So from here, sliding in, thrust, shoulder 1, shoulder 2, and at the end, pushing 2. Brendan says, what's the cue to make your first strike? I always believe in the first mover advantage, Brandon, and this is somewhat controversial, I guess. Some people say, you know, if you watch movies, this used to be a thing that when they would write a movie, and if you would know it was a good guy because he would have to get hit before he would hit back, right? The good guy was always on defense. But we know for a fact that if you know you're in imminent danger, you know someone's about to attack you, someone's getting ready to throw the punch, your likelihood of being able to block that is not that great. Your ability to survive that attack is not that great if you are always on the defensive. But if you learn how to read their cue, so what the cue, you know, the guy is coming back, you can see it in their eyes most of the time. Just the fact that he's balled up his fist or he pulls out a weapon, if he pulls out a bladed weapon, there's nothing else for you to think about. That's the cue. As soon as you see that weapon, you're all in, right? And you're trying to knock him out, hit him in the head, turn off his operating system if you can, so you don't have to worry about that knife. Or if you have to smash through his wrist, and you know, from the wrist to the head for self-defense, trying to, because you don't know what else other weapon he has, or maybe there are multiple attackers, but not waiting to become the victim. You're not in a movie. This is not a TV show. You're not Jason Bourne, and you were pushed and pushed and pushed, and then finally you had to defend yourself. This is some thug comes up and he probably hit you from behind. You didn't even know it. There's your cue. Now that your ears are ringing and you're seeing stars and you're half knocked to the ground, or maybe you're getting up off the ground, there's your cue. There's nothing else to wait for. Immediate, direct, explosive, and if you can, first mover advantage. you get into a better position. From here, there are 3 ways to do that. Number 1, in this position, hand down the front of the cane, and you're standing like this. Always behind it, cane between you and him. You have that thrust, you have those angular strikes we talked about, your horizontal strikes, your vertical strikes. You put 2 hands on it, you're pushing strike. Right from here, you can beat the sides of his head for self-defense. You can take this crook and stick that in the flesh of his face and rip sideways to remove the skin, the nose, the teeth out of his mouth, the eye out of his head for self-defense. Ripping. He's got a knife, he's trying to take your life. Maybe you take away his vision, right? Take away his ability to breathe, temporarily or permanently. But you pull this in here, taking the back of it and smashing with 2 hands. John says his aluminum cane is a little too heavy. Maybe go for a lighter cane. You can, John, if you want to do all of these extra moves and they're too heavy with your aluminum cane, sure, get a lighter cane. You can even go, I put a link below. This is something we couldn't get because of the COVID, but now it's back. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. You know, they're always, the algorithms don't like certain things. But this is made out of rattan. Rattan is a grass, it's super lightweight. You can see how much faster, I'm also spinning it faster, but you can see how much lighter it is than the heavier cane, and it moves still fast. That might be a way, starting with a light cane, they're very inexpensive, it's the second link below, but that might be a way to build your strength and to work up to a heavier wood cane or maybe your aluminum cane that you carry and use your aluminum cane for self-defense after you train with this and build your skills. Or you can carry this rattan cane. This is a medical device. This cane works. This is a walking cane. It has the crook. This doesn't have that beveled edge, but you're still gonna do a lot of damage. You stick that in someone's eye, you stick it in his ear, you stick it in his neck, you stick it down deep in that muscle, you reach in and grab and pull him down. This also acts as a big knuckle, as a big fist, right? You can push that in. I was starting to say there are 3 ways to get in a better position for self-defense. Always stand behind it, slide your hand down and pick it up, or you can pick it up and let it slide in. Number 2, crook facing out, pop it up in this position. And number 3, going back either way, either in this position or this position, just turning, pointing your thumb at the threat. Pointing your thumb at the threat, pops it into the front hand. Now this is the solution, anchored to your hip. If he grabs your cane and tries to pull it away from you and whap you with it, you put your hand on your hip, and if your hands are away from your hip and he's pulling on it, you're gonna be doing one of these with your arms, a tug of war. There's a good chance if he's stronger, he might rip it away. But if you anchor it to your body, then he's gonna be pulling against your body weight. And I don't know how much your body weighs, but it's usually stronger than most people's grip, right? So if you're holding it here, it's gonna be harder for him to pull it out of your hands. Now, you make a circle with the front hand. Back hand is an anchor. Back hand doesn't move. It's touching your body somewhere. Front hand just churns, making this turning motion. This is not a very hard motion to make because it's a small circle. And it comes around and then down. Turn. If he's on the other end of it, his hands are gonna twist like this. You're gonna compromise his grip. It's gonna push up his wrist like that. And then as it goes down, it's gonna break his grip. Meaning either it's gonna break his wrist if you go down hard and fast, or it's just gonna loosen it up so that when you come down, his hands are gonna fall off and then you're gonna stick him through the middle, right? So he grabs your cane, let him have it. Twist it, push down, step in, and thrust. And once you thrust and you back him up a little bit, add an extra motion here, a ripping motion here, that rifle butt attack, thrusting through the middle. And the other reason I like these direct thrusting motions is because most people, if they have some mobility issues in their shoulders, if they're sitting in a wheelchair, they're not able to do a lot of the slashing motions. That's okay. Do what you can do, pushing from here, pushing from here. Anything in the center line for most people is going to be a lot stronger, a lot easier to do than coming off of the shoulders if you don't have the shoulder mobility, or if your shoulders just aren't as strong anymore. And wherever your strengths and your weaknesses lie, that's your truth. And you have to honor your truth, live with our truth, and then keep moving, right? You don't have a choice. You can sit down and wait. I got really ill over the weekend. or I think it was like early Monday morning. I lie in bed had some stomach bug thing. It just wrecked me, right, for a day. And then yesterday was a little bit better. Now today I feel like 50% and I'm pouring sweat right now as I just don't feel 100%. But I asked myself this question. Two things I always think of. One, there are a lot of people who have got it worse than I do, so quit your whining, right? And number two, you're gonna feel this way anyway. You're gonna feel like if you're tired, you're gonna be tired whether you watch television or you get up and you work out. So you might as well get up and work out. You might have a headache. You're gonna have a headache, and it can even be because I get some of those really massive, wicked headaches. You're gonna have a headache if you lie down and let it just ring in your ears and your eyes hurt behind your eyes. Or if you get up and drink a little bit of water and move your body around and try to loosen up. I find every time I exercise, maybe it's just moderate, it tends to go away, right? Or at least it's not as bad while I'm working out. So you're gonna feel that way. My hip hurts, your hip's gonna hurt whether you're sitting on the couch watching TV or if you get up and you start moving your body and you try to start to heal yourself. And I'm a firm believer in movement. Movement changes emotion, and movement will heal your body. But you got to be able to move a little bit, and you got to work through the pain, not the injury. You might have an injury, and the doctor says take care of it, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using common sense, but also not waiting for things to go away. Not waiting for, This is what you do when you walk with a stick all day. Thank you. You're going to have pain, you're going to have frustration, you're going to have limitations, you're going to have insecurities, you're going to have doubt, you're going to have frustration. I think I said that already. All that stuff, my brain's a little foggy too from being sick. But no matter what, you have to keep moving anyway, right? You're going to feel it either way, so you might as well move. Don't wait for the time to be right to start. Start. And when you invest your time, you invest your money, you invest your energy, you become passionate about a thing. People also wait for passion. They wait for inspiration. I want to be inspired. I want to be motivated. Don't do that. Go for daily discipline. Brush your teeth every day. Clean your body every day. Eat some healthy food. Drink some clean water and move your body. Exercise. And if you have to move it while you're walking on a cane, move it while you're walking on a cane. Which brings me to the 2-cane principle. A lot of people say, well, if I need a cane for mobility and I pick up my cane and fall on the ground, then how am I going to defend myself? Then I suggest using 2 canes. 1 cane to lean on, 1 cane to hit him with. You can bring this one up next to his head, down over the top, thrust through the middle, striking 1, striking 2. All of the strikes work, except for the 2-handed strikes, obviously. You can turn your crook around, pop it up, punch him with that big knuckle, reach in, rip something off of his body for self-defense, right? Or maybe just dig into the muscle. You can chop them like an axe, a firefighter's axe, right? Chopping down a tree. You can do all of that while you're leaning on the other cane. If you have to, make a modification, but don't wait for things to be perfect and don't find all the reasons you can't do something. I know, we all know, a lot of people who find a million reasons why they cannot. I can't do that because I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I'm not young enough, I'm not old enough, I'm not flexible enough, I'm not strong enough, right? And 2-cane action, yeah, David, thank you. You know, if they say, you know, all the reasons why you can't do something, right? All you need is one reason why you can, and that's the truth. You can find every reason why you can't. Let's see, can we bring it over here? And never done this one before. See if I can do that without hitting myself. Or it might be fun to see me. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I can do that with 2 chucks and two bow staffs, but I can't do that with 2 canes. Anyway, there's a lot of reasons why you can do something or can't do something, and any idiot can find, and I'm not calling you an idiot, but anybody can find all the reasons why you can't, right? All you need to do is find one reason why you can. You like it, you're interested in it, you're passionate about it, it's good for you. You wanna make a new friend, you wanna learn a new thing, you wanna challenge yourself. My number one reason to do things lately, well, probably for my whole life, but especially lately, is when I think about the fact, 1, I don't wanna do it. 2, it hurts. Like my left hip hurts sometimes so much that I realize I don't put my sock on my left foot. I just sit there for like a minute waiting to put it on because lifting it into the position to put my sock on. So once I realized I was doing that, I sit down, I lift that foot, and I put that sock on first. And so when you realize that you're not doing something because it hurts, it's difficult, you're not sure of yourself, and all the reasons why you can't, right? That's my number one reason. That's my cue to go. Do it now. And I have that plastered everywhere. Do it now, do it now, do it now. Number one, do it now, get it done. And then on the other side of that, you have no regrets. You don't sit around thinking about what you could have done, what you should have done, because time passes either way. You're gonna be a year older, a year from now, you might as well start now learning how to defend yourself with your walking cane. So just real quick for review, in case you joined us late, starting from this position, snatch it up between his legs, stick it through his chest, smash him on top of his head, slide your hand down, put it in your, like a sword, thrust through, striking the angles, horizontal, down the middle, two hands pushing through, ripping through the skin, using that rifle butt. And I know we're more than 10 now, boxing the sides of his ears. Slide your hand, pop it up this way with the crook facing out, punch him in the nose, reach up, rip something off of his body for self-defense, chop him like an axe, right? I mean, these are just, there's no limit to how many times, how many ways you can hit somebody like this. Yeah, you said you're gonna put some knurls, I think you meant nails, for maximum pressure points for pain. You can do that, but it's really unnecessary. If you think about what you've got a big piece of oak, a big piece of hickory, whatever, and that's a recommendation. If you do go to the first link below and you see the Cane Masters and they ask you if you wanna get one, do you want hickory or do you want oak? These are oak. I like hickory now. I have everything I made now in hickory because hickory is thicker, it's stronger, lasts a little bit longer, and you can get it a little bit smaller. Bonjour, free space, thank you. I haven't practiced my French enough. I need to practice more French, especially when it goes that fast, to be able to read it. But practice every day, learn something new, challenge yourself to grow, get out of your comfort zone. You only grow when you're out of your comfort zone. Make it hurt. If it makes you sweat, that's even better. And the other thing about working out when you're sick, as long as you're not too sick, I think it helps you heal faster. Somehow it feels like it sweats the poison out, right? I got in the cold, doing the cold plunge in the morning, and then, and I get out there and it hurts so bad, and you're in the water, and then you get out and you feel fantastic. And that's the reality of so many things. It hurts while you're doing it, and then that training gives you capacity to grow, and you're stronger next time. You guys have been awesome. Thanks again. Please, if you haven't subscribed, do so, because as I drop these, and YouTube has changed a little bit lately, and my channel kind of went, whew, for some reason. I think I know what it is, because I tried the shorts thing, and I don't think use the algorithm, and now it's all over the place, so it'll come back up. But when you subscribe, that helps me get in front of you when I do more of these. And let me know in the comment section what it is that you're training with at home so that we can align on our training together, because this is our virtual dojo. When we align on our training together, we can do more of the kinds of things that you want to train with. And I know so many of you guys have trained with these canes, and I love training with the cane. I love training with the bow staff, the Jo, the Hanbo, the Tanbo, the Kali martial arts sticks, all the different sticks. We'll keep doing all those. And we're going to be doing tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, if I have time. Tomorrow's like a real tight schedule, but we're going to talk about dirty boxing and how to stick your thumb in his eye and how to do some of these low kicks